Internet, what's going on? Aaron here, and today it's successful motivational quotes from people who inspire me or that I think are amazing. Steve Jobs. Details matter. It's worth waiting to get it right. The doers are major thinkers. The people who really create change in this industry are the thinker and the doer in the same person. I'm actually as proud of as many things that we have done as things that we didn't. If you don't love it, you're going to fail. The most precious thing that we all have with us is time. We were really working 14 to 18 hour days, 7 days a week for 2 to 3 years, but we loved it. That was our life. We were young and we could do it. The only thing we have in life is time, and if you invest that time in great experiences that will enrich you, then you can't possibly lose. Warren Buffett, billionaire investor, one of the smartest men that you can get advice from, especially on investing, but also in general. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and just 5 minutes to lose it. If you think about that, you'll act differently. Someone sitting in the shade today is because someone planted a tree a long time ago. It's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick associates whose behavior is better than yours, spend time with them, and you'll drift in their direction. The business schools reward complex over simple behavior, but simple behavior is more effective. I really like this quote because Warren Buffett had created a huge amount of his success based on simple rules, and if you listen to what he says, he's clever with his words and his ability to condense things and make them simple, but also his simple principles are just gold. It's really true. Chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. Warren Buffett talks a lot about how your habits occupy most of the time in your life. And if you want to learn more about that, I recommend checking out The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Grant Cardone is a man just full of energy and taking massive action, and he inspires me with these quotes. If the people around you are giving you advice to take it easy or slow down, you're surrounded by the wrong people. You'll either get what you want, or you'll be used by others to help them get what they want. Rich people don't become rich by accident, and poor people don't stay poor by accident. Both are work, both take a lot of effort. Spectators pay, players get paid. You won't get much done if you grind only on the days you feel good. No one is going to come to your house and make your dreams come true. This is a big deal for Grant Cardone, and it hit me really hard when I read it in one of his books. But also I think it's a common fallacy a lot of people fall into, in this idea that thinking one day they'll get a letter in the mail or a phone call and everything will change. But life's not a Hollywood movie. No one's coming. You gotta do it for yourself. The ambitious are criticized by those that have given up. Grant Cardone talks about a lot about how other people will criticize you, and the haters and the naysayers, and he breaks it down really easily. What he says is that when people give you this kind of information, it's their way of making sense of it in their minds. And when you pass it through that lens, it suddenly makes a lot of sense. Just like in this quote, they've given up, and that's how they make sense out of your grinding or your hard work or your success. David Goggins is someone I don't talk about too much, but he is incredibly mentally tough. And he said that the things we decide to run from are the truth. And when we make excuses, we're running from the truth. Think about it. Tony Robbins is incredibly motivational. You've probably heard of him before. If you're watching this video, I highly recommend to check out some of his content or his books and that kind of stuff. But this quote ties nicely with Grant Cardone. He says, identify your problems, but give power and energy to your solutions. And I love this because one of the most inspirational things that Grant Cardone mentions in his book, Be Obsessed or Be Average, is this idea of growing St. Augustine grass. And it's this grass that grows so thick and so dense that it chokes the weeds out because it deprives them of essential nutrients. And this is Tony Robbins, another amazing, motivational, powerful person with this big presence, saying the exact same thing in different words. That really, it's more important to focus on the good things in your life than to think about how to avoid the bad ones. It's what you practice for in private that you'll be rewarded for in public. The quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. Tony Robbins is really big on interpersonal relationships and making sure those are in high quality. And I think it makes a lot of sense, actually, if you imagine having the dream job but being around a bunch of assholes. A real decision is measured by the fact that you've taken action. If there's no change in behavior, then no decision was made. Successful people ask better questions, and as a result, they get better answers. The only thing that's keeping you from getting what you want is the story that you keep telling yourself. People are not lazy. They simply have impotent goals. Goals that don't inspire them. Why live an ordinary life when you can live an extraordinary one? Wim Hof is just, if you thought Elon Musk wasn't from Earth, Wim Hof is on a whole nother level because he's hacking with physical stuff. He's gotten scientifically recognized for his methodologies. There's so many groups of people who have doubted Wim Hof's methods, have practiced them and learned that they could do some of the things to a lesser extent, but still incredible things that Wim Hof has done. And he said, the limit is not the sky, the limit is in your mind. The purpose of being is really to make the soul ascend to expand consciousness. That's our true purpose. And if we follow that path, then there is no tension. You just live like a kid, open. It's all simple. It's beautiful, and the energy is clean. We are children of Mother Nature.